Hi, Sharon Danley here with another 2-minute tip. This week I have my longtime friend, fellow advocate, and author here to do a makeover. Josie has recently gone through and is going through cancer treatments, so we're going to look at the makeup that has been offered to her. We're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, see what's working, what isn't, what needs to be discarded, and what needs to be added. And here's Josie and I back in our advocacy days with brown hair and more of it, celebrating our friend Velma's 90th birthday. So we've gone through Josie's makeup. There was no brushes for her to use, and she was given a liquid foundation with a powder to put over top, which most of you know I don't subscribe to because it's extra work, extra cost, and it doesn't wear extra well. So we're going to use the dual finish powder, and I'm going to use one of my own brushes, and I sanitize everything before I use it and afterwards anyway. She's been given a quad pack of eyeshadows from MAC. Nice, but not dark enough. So I'm going to start in a second here and take the approach that I normally do with everybody. It's just a little bit different application method than others, but actually not that much. Okay, so I'm going to go with a number 30 and 31 here. Let's just to see of the dual finish powder, and I'm not going to load Josie down with a lot of it, but I'm thinking mostly where you want to put your foundation is around your nose. Josie's is aging very well, I must say.
Thank you. What a nice thing to say, Sharon.
It's true. Your skin's beautiful. You must take good care of it. Now, wherever there's discoloration is where I'm going to concentrate. Just a bit up here. Because Josie's skin is so lovely, there's no need to go overboard, I don't think.
Well, I'm glad you told me I didn't need the liquid.
Yes.
Because I always have trouble applying that liquid, and it feels like it's clogging my pores.
Yeah, and you know, when it gets really humid in the summertime, liquids don't perform well. They just don't. They melt, whereas the powder glows. And can you just turn your face towards me a bit? Yeah, see, I'm not going in a lot of places. Now, what I'm going to do too is take a brush and use the same thing, same product. Close your eyes. And I'm just going to go over her eyelids with it, just to remove a bit of the darkness that we all have. Josie, I must say, for somebody who's going through chemotherapy, you are looking damn fine, girl.
Thank you. It's not easy.
I know. Now look into camera for me, and you can see how that just brightens her eye up. And I've got a mirror here somewhere for you, Josie. Ah, yes, here it is. Sorry. Take a look.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay.
Now, I must say that with this second type of chemo that I'm on, they give you 3 of one kind and then 3 of another. With this second kind that I just started 2 weeks ago, I find my eyes are swollen.
Okay.
Because apparently you retain water.
Okay, so do they advise you to drink more water?
No, they didn't advise me to.
Because
they just said it'll be one of the side effects.
Because
I find it very difficult to drink a lot of water and do chemo to begin with, because water has like a metallic taste.
Okay. Okay, so you take a look at that, and how does that
Very
feel?
nice.
Yeah, and it's not too much, but just yeah.
That's lovely.
Okay. So now we're going to look at the brows, and I've got handy dandy flat-edged angle brush. And I'm going to take a look at what they've offered Josie or what they've given her in this quad from MAC. And I'm going to go with, I think that may be metallic. Yeah, what is it with people? Oh, anyway, I'm going to go with my own color.
Metallic is not good?
No, not for the eyebrows. I would suggest that, given your coloring in your eyes, that Brun by MAC would be a good choice, or Brun and Coquette, which I have. Okay, so we have our color here. Now, Josie's eyebrows are quite sparse, naturally, but I'm going to just take a few strokes at a time, and I'm not going to overdo her brows, folks, because that would just not look natural. You can still, all you need is just a wee bit to bring it back without it being overboard. So take a look at that for me, Josie, and see how you feel about that.
I find my brows have thinned significantly.
Yeah.
That looks good. You filled in the gaps. Thank you.
Filled in the gaps.
Yeah.
And with not very much product.
Is that a powder you're using to fill it in? Not versus a pencil?
Yes.
And how is that better?
Well, I think that you get better shaping. Pencils are too waxy and they melt. Whereas powders, you can darken them or lighten them. It all depends on how much you put on and what method you use. Now you can always add pencil with it to give it longevity, or you can add what do you call that, eyeliner cement to it.
Oh, that looks
to
beautiful.
make it last.
Lovely.
And you see,
I have brows again.
yes.
Amazing.
Yippee-ki-yo-ki-yay! Now we're going to go with a Q-tip, because she's asked not to use and dispose. I'm going to go into that same Brun color. Can I put anything on the under part of your eyes?
Yes.
Okay, so look up for me. I'm just taking that same color and putting it at the outside corner. And close your eyes. And I'm going to add it to the outside corner of her lid. And I'm going to add a little bit more, make it a little bit heavier than I would on the underside. And again, like always, blending is really important. Look at me. Okay, take a look and see what you think.
Yes, it's subtle, but it's nice. Yeah.
Now I'm going to go into that color with the flat-edged angle brush, and I'm going to stipple along her lash line. So just close your eyes for me. Now Josie has almost no lashes, so I don't want to call attention to a liner because that would call attention, but I still want to add some weight, if that makes any sense. This is the method I use for men. So it just makes the eye stand out without calling attention to the product. And open for me. And look down and over that way. And okay, now take a look at that and see what you think.
Nice. And of course, I'm not allowed to use the false eyelashes right now because of the adhesive.
Sure, yeah, okay. So we'll just do the same on the other side here. When you use an eyeliner, like a liquid liner or a heavy-duty pencil or anything that is not underscore, not the approach you want to take when you've got diminished eyelashes. What does it do together, class? It calls attention to the fact that your lashes are missing.
My goodness.
And for those of us that are over 21, we've been over 21 for a long time.
I think we met over 21.
Okay, you want to take a look and see how that works for you?
Oh yeah, that's good. That's nice.
You see,
Yeah.
it gives you, it brings the eye out, but doesn't call attention to the makeup.
Yeah, yeah. Or the
And I've
fact that-
advised Josie that mascara is not necessary.
So I'm not going to be using this right now. There's no
I
point.
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
My lashes are too thin.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it will just call attention to lashes 1, 3, and 5. Because the rest have gone missing.
They're not
to lunch.
Yeah, they're gone.
Or on vacation sometimes until they grow back in.
Yes.
So this brings the eyes forward without calling attention to the makeup. And if you wanted to, you could go with even a darker brown. And what I've done is, if you take a look, and I'll post this, my seniors no makeup look, and just open for me. What you can do is just go over what lashes you do have
With the
with
powder?
the eyeshadow. So that it just, because if they tend to be on the dull side, then that will just give them a tiny little bit of weight. So, does that feel good so far?
Feels nice.
Good. Okay, I've drummed it in over the years to Josie that.
MAC is a good product. She stands firmly behind it.
Yes, and the reason I do, a couple of reasons, I'll mention it again. One, they're readily available worldwide. And if it's too far to drive or whatever, you're in a remote location, you can always order online. And on the Going Grey and Loving It Facebook page and on the Sharon Danley Beauty page, I've listed the ones that I've test driven for colors that work for everybody. You don't need any more than that. It's plenty for everybody, from very light to very dark coloring. So now we're going to look at Josie's blush and her lipstick. Okay, so we have in her kit, she was given a Chanel, what color is it? I don't know, 55, In Love, that's what it is. So I'm going to take the brush that comes with it, and I'm just going to place it on her cheek, and again in that corner around the eye. Look. Now this is good for Josie because she has those beautiful big dark eyes, and this is a nice warm blush for her, but she could also wear the Prism by MAC. And the trick is to make sure that your application isn't too heavy. Notice I'm just going in across one swipe, and that's all. I'm not going like this, because then you get too much on the brush. Better to put it in layers than to add it all at one time. So you take a look at that and tell me what you think.
I find that with the Chemo, there are days when I look so pale, almost grayish. So I do need the blush.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Would you like a little more?
A little more.
Yeah.
I do like it though, yeah.
Yeah. And what you can also do is use the blush on your eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
at the top?
Yeah. I'll show you. So close your eyes.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to sweep across. So take a look.
Very nice. Subtle. It almost looks like I'm not wearing makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite nice.
But the lipstick, when you put that on, that will bring everything together. Okay, we're going to go with the CoverGirl that they have given her. It's number 30, and it's kind of a, soft sort of neutrally color on the warmish side. Are your lips dry?
Yes.
Now, what do they advise you to put on to help with that?
I've been using an organic lip balm
Okay.
twice a day.
Do you find it helps? Because,
No.
yeah, then I would stop using it.
Really?
Yeah, because like things like chapstick and those sorts of things actually are addictive to the body, and they dry the lips out. Once you start using that stuff, you have to keep using it. I could tell that you had something because of the dryness of your lips. So you take a look at that and see what you think of that color, and see if you like that.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Good. So I'm going
So
to...
stop using the lip balm?
Yes. Yes, and you know what? Check with your oncologist. I recommend either Vaseline or vitamin E.
Vitamin E directly on the lips?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you do that morning and night, or especially at night, and put some on your cuticles, your lips will be so much better, and your cuticles won't be dry either. Just try it. You'll find that within a few days it makes a big difference. So let's get a little bit of a close-up here of Josie. Can you just, move over this way a little bit for us? Yes. So, nicely done, Josie. So here we have the finished product with her wonderful leopard chapeau, and this femme fatale is good to go just about anywhere. So Josie, I want to give you some time to just talk about your book for a little bit and let people know what you've got going.
So my book is called Blame It on the Crescent Moon, and it's been in the works for 2.5 years. I was living in the Middle East researching this novel. There are 2 love stories that take place. I'm also an award-winning artist, so I've done all of the illustrations in the book. I toured 5 countries while I was in the Middle East. Countries where religion and state are one, are unified. They comprise the laws of the land. If you read my book, you will be walking in my footsteps and experiencing what I went through.
Great. Well, thank you, Josie. And it just goes to show you, here, let's put it right down here, and I'll put the information for Josie in the description box. It just goes to show you that no matter what we're going through, what age we are, we can still look, feel, and perform our best. Thank you so much, Josie.
Thank you, Sharon, for the makeover.
You're welcome. See you next time.